Why is it so hard to break bad habits, even when we know they're not good for us? If you've ever struggled with something like porn addiction, you're not alone. But here's the thing. There are practical tools you can use to regain control and start making better choices. In this video, we're going to look at some powerful Stoic methods that can help you build self-discipline, resist temptation, and stay focused on your long-term goals. Whether it's using rational thinking, leaning on a supportive community, or practicing mindfulness, these techniques are designed to give you the strength to overcome those tough moments. Let's get into it. Practice negative visualization. Sometimes it's useful to imagine the worst that could happen if we don't change a bad habit. That's the concept behind negative visualization. It's about picturing what might happen if your addiction continues unchecked. Think about your relationships with the people you care about. Family, friends, maybe even a partner. How would it feel to lose their trust or respect because of your addiction? Then consider your future goals, whether they're personal or professional. How many of those opportunities might slip away if you don't get control over this? It's not exactly comfortable to think about, but that's where the power comes in. When you confront the possible negative outcomes, you start to understand what's truly at risk. This mental exercise helps build the motivation to make better choices and stay committed to your goals. It's not about scaring yourself, but about keeping those real consequences in mind, so you can use them as a reminder of why you're working to change. The thought of avoiding those negatives can become a strong source of strength. Embrace the dichotomy of control. Life throws all kinds of things at us, some of which we can't control. But here's the good news. You don't have to control everything. That's where the idea of the dichotomy of control comes in. It's about focusing on the things you can actually do something about and letting go of the rest. For example, you can't always stop external temptations from popping up. Ads, social media, or random triggers will be there. What you can control, though, is how you react to them. Instead of worrying about those outside things, put your energy into your own actions and decisions. The more you focus on what you can do, whether it's limiting your internet time or creating healthier habits, the stronger you become. This is how you build resilience. When you accept that you can't control everything, it takes a lot of pressure off. You realize that your real power lies in how you handle situations. The key is to control what you can and not waste energy on things outside your reach. It makes overcoming addiction much more manageable. Develop self-discipline. We all know that sticking to a plan can be tough, but that's where self-discipline comes in. It's one of the key ideas in Stoicism and really helps when you're trying to kick a habit. Developing self-discipline means setting clear boundaries for yourself and sticking to them, even when it's hard. For instance, if the internet is a big temptation for you, consider limiting how much time you spend online or avoiding certain websites altogether. Creating a solid routine can also make a big difference. When you have a schedule that keeps you busy and productive, there's less room for boredom or those moments when temptation creeps in. Whether it's exercising, working on a hobby, or setting specific times for rest, filling your day with purpose helps reduce the chances of slipping up. Self-discipline isn't about being perfect all the time. It's about making small, consistent choices that add up. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes to stay on track and avoid temptations. Over time, those good habits become second nature. Reflect on your values. Every now and then, it's a good idea to step back and think about what really matters to you. What are your core values? Are your actions lining up with the person you want to become? Taking time to reflect on these questions helps you stay on track, especially when you're trying to break a habit. If you care about honesty, kindness, or being the best version of yourself, ask yourself if your behavior is reflecting those values. When you're faced with temptations, it can be easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. But if you regularly check in with your values, it becomes easier to resist those short-term urges. You start to think more about the long-term goals you have. Whether it's building better relationships, focusing on personal growth, or achieving a healthier lifestyle. By aligning your actions with your values, you create a stronger sense of purpose. It's a reminder that every small decision you make matters. When your choices reflect who you truly want to be, it becomes much easier to stick to the path you've set for yourself. Use rational thinking. Sometimes our minds can play tricks on us, especially when we're trying to break a bad habit. That's why it's important to rely on rational thinking. Stoicism teaches that using logic can help us make better decisions. When you feel the urge to watch porn, take a moment to question those thoughts. Are they really valid? Are they based on facts, or are they just emotional impulses? By challenging those irrational thoughts, you can remind yourself of the logical reasons for avoiding the habit. Think about the impact on your mental health, your relationships, and your overall well-being. Does giving in to that urge line up with the person you want to be? Probably not. Recognizing this can help you regain control over your actions. Using rational thinking isn't about denying your feelings, but rather looking at them from a clearer perspective. It's about being honest with yourself and making choices based on facts, not temporary emotions. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes to break the cycle of addiction and stay focused on your bigger goals. Seek support from a community. No one has to go through challenges alone, and that's something Stoicism also values: community. When you're trying to overcome an addiction, connecting with others who share your goals can make a huge difference. Whether it's a support group, an online forum, or even a close friend you trust, sharing your struggles and victories can be a powerful tool. Sometimes, just knowing that someone else understands what you're going through is enough to keep you motivated. They can offer encouragement, advice, and most importantly, hold you accountable when things get tough. It's not about being perfect or having all the answers, but about being there for each other. Being part of a community reminds you that it's okay to ask for help. You don't have to carry the burden on your own. When you surround yourself with people who are focused on similar goals, it becomes easier to stay committed and push through tough moments. Practice mindfulness and meditation. Taking a few minutes each day to just be still can make a big difference in how you handle cravings and stress. That's where mindfulness and meditation come in. These practices are all about becoming more aware of your thoughts and feelings without reacting right away. When you're mindful, you notice those urges to act on your addiction, but instead of giving in, you take a step back and respond calmly. By making mindfulness and meditation a part of your daily routine, you can gain more control over your reactions. It helps you stay grounded, even when things get tough. Plus, mindfulness is a great way to reduce stress, which is often a trigger for addictive behaviors. The beauty of these practices is that they don't take much time, but the impact can be huge. Just a few minutes of focusing on your breath or clearing your mind can help you feel more in control and less reactive to the things that typically pull you off track. Remember, overcoming addiction isn't about being perfect. It's about making small, consistent changes and using these Stoic principles to guide you along the way. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe to The Ancient Philosophy for more insights on how ancient wisdom can improve your modern life. Drop a comment below with your thoughts or any questions, and give this video a thumbs up if it inspired you. Stay strong, and we'll see you in the next one.